Hello everyone, Mr.B here, and today we're doing a book review of Von Braun's Gambit, the fourth installment of the Starshatter series, and in this story, the crew of the Starshatter are looking to capitalize on some well-earned R&R on Terra. However, things don't work out nearly as they'd hoped. The captain, Anitzia, seeks adventure. Dozin and Mac go looking for a martial arts master. Awesome seeks out his old mentor. Boris does whatever an ISEC agent does in his downtime. Kara looks to offload the children she's carrying at Boris's old home in Bulgaria. Lily is set on helping her old friend Briner, who's currently unconscious in a stasis pod. Kat is off training other gorillas in the Congo. And finally, Ulrich and Vasilia tag along with Lily as they have nothing else better to do, and Lily seems like she could use the company. So, there you have it. The gang's on Terra, and yet, even though the planet is well defended and protected, danger lurks. Now, Anitzia looks to uncover the mystery of Victor von Braun's disappearance, but is harassed by a team of imbeciles, as they, too, seek the same, but the fools are your stereotypical tinfoil-wearing conspiracy theorists. The captain finds a secret leading to clues and things of the like. A trio of idiots follow. Get the jump on the captain and quickly find themselves countered as the miscreants are not fit for fighting, nor thinking, nor much of anything else other than crackpot theories, and are at the captain's mercy. While this is happening, we have Dozin and Mac are in China, looking for a martial arts master to teach Dozin the style of battle that would aid him in his missions. But in their pursuits, they find many that are so-called masters are just fakes and frauds. You see, Mac's an expert at close-quarter fighting and is able to spot a fake. But hold on. If Mac's an expert, then why wouldn't he teach Dozin? Well, Mac's style is unrefined, but effective. Dozin's looking for something a bit more refined. So they come across some fakes, kick their asses, get in trouble with the law, get picked up by a master that was aware of the activities, and then goes into an 80s montage of wax on, wax off, but with toolboxes and futuristic 3D printers. Oh, and there's a car involved too. Meanwhile, Awesome, our awesome little rodent, is off to visit his old instructor, Amelia Earhart, who is very old, like 140-ish? I don't know. I'm bad with numbers. And find things are not what they seem. It appears that the suburb she's living at is quiet. Like, far too quiet. Especially since the place is normally crawling with kids. You know, I mean, if you've been around them, they're not quiet. Also, the GNet, and that's the Galaxy Internet, suck it Comcast, is not working. Much like Comcast half the time. But unlike that company, it's due to an outside force blocking or scrambling the signal. Apparently, Awesome stumbled upon a hit team of some sort and finds himself earning a Kiltrocity, but not until he was then put out of action by a second team and kidnapped, or rodent-napped, by said team to a remote undisclosed location. Oh, and Snark, the cat, was there too and went to go get Boris, the ISEC psycho officer. Boris being made aware of his friend Awesome that was taken, and the mystery of the corpse-ridden suburb area, goes on a search and rescue mission. Come to find out, the attackers were an old enemy of the free people of the Minarchy, the Illuminati. With that knowledge and the help of Snark the Wonder Cat, Boris deduces that some strange warpiness is afoot. Using his immense power, he rips the pocket dimension the baddies are hiding out a new one, and the purging begins. After spilling blood for the Blood God and collecting skulls for the Skull Thrones, Boris heads home to his wife in Bulgaria. Now, Lily, the bunny, is a wreck, PTSD and such, and is determined to revive her friend Brainer, who is needing some healing from Asgard, but first needs to cross the Rainbow Bridge that is somewhere in Finland. You still tracking? Good. So there she is, with her friends Alric and Vasilia, and before they could cross the Rainbow Bridge to the hereafter, they find themselves in a conundrum. In a village called Midgard, the populace that are all Asgardians appear to be under some sort of spell. They are mindless, sitting and or laying about, doing really absolutely nothing, like a crack addict on its high. However, it's not magic nor chemicals that have them so ensnared, and the trio are forced to maneuver through the seemingly dead place with care as they are being watched by someone or something. So, with Kara in Boris' old home, she is set to give birth to some kids. Two, in fact, and it would be a happy affair, but Kara was put upon by a malevolent spirit. Yeah, ghosts, and they are capable of interacting with the living to a degree. Like, going through and draining the life force out of some people and things of the sort. So anyways, the spirit is set upon punishing Kara for the crime of 1, being alive, and 2, being beautiful. So yeah, of course, there is only going to be one solution to the problem. But first, what would you do if you were beset by an evil spirit? Would you A. call for a young priest and an old priest? B. Run screaming until you collapse tired? C. Dance off? Or D. Whip out the Necronomicon and take control of the thing? If you chose B, then you'd be dead and incorrect. It was C. Dance off. So Kara is getting footloose with a being of hate and maliciousness for her life and the two within her. Finally, Cat, our gorilla grenadier, is off in the Congo training other gorillas to do some spec op kind of thing in the densely covered terrain, until she gets a call to play guard for a peace talk with some very hated enemies in the Congo, with the cast of Sucker Punch. Before you know it, the talks devolve into fighting, and Kat gets a chance to alleviate all that pent up aggression out on someone who won't just implode in her first volley of fisticuffs. After a grueling fight, Kat is not only proved victorious, but was able to insult her would-be enslaver in the process. Of course, let's circle back to the captain, but now in Italy, in a castle, with a baron, entering a race. And why would you be asking, is he entering a race for? Well, to find more clues of the whereabouts of Victor von Braun. Oh, and Mac brought a car too, from China. Even though it may say made in China, the quality will be more than sufficient for this racetrack. Oh, and there's a bounty hunter too. So, there you have it, Von Braun's Gambit. I do always strongly suggest that you read the material for yourself to get a good feel, as I've left out a tremendous amount of detail because, read it for yourself. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. Each chapter was something a little bit different and kind of all tied in more or less in the end. So there you have it. Von Braun's Gambit, the 4th installment of the Starshatter series. I enjoyed it. I suggest you go and check it out yourself. Links down in the description, and also give a little love to the author if you could. I always like seeing authors getting what they've worked so hard for. So with that, anyways, I'm out. So, Curec benedicta diem, aquae de valle.